My name is Mervyn Dimely, former member of Congress and former chairman of the Subcommittee on Africa. I'm a legislative advocate for the Islamic Republic of Mauritania. The Mauritanian government is pleased to have this opportunity to address this question of the vestiges of slavery in the Republic of Mauritania. Let me say at the outset that no one in Mauritania denies the fact that at one time slavery existed. Ever since independence, Mauritania has moved toward the abolishment of chattel slavery as is known prior to independence. On several occasions, there have been presidential orders, amendments to the Constitution on this subject. The current government has made it abundantly clear that slavery will not be tolerated in Mauritania. Beginning last year, a campaign was initiated across the country, mostly concentrated in the African American media, appealing to African Americans about the question of slavery in Mauritania for obvious reasons. Ever since 1993, I have visited Mauritania on at least 2 occasions every year, and sometimes as many as 4 times a year. Every time I visit, I raise this question of slavery with the U.S. Embassy, with the palace, and on 2 occasions with the President himself. Each time I've gotten full assurances about the strong commitment to abolishing every vestige of slavery in Mauritania. To show their commitment to the abolishment of this issue, the Mauritanians have sent since 1993, that I know of, 3 delegations, 2 of which I was intimately involved. I took a delegation headed by the President of the Senate, who in American terms would be considered black, to Arizona to meet with Reverend Leon Sullivan and the leadership of the African American Summit. And the chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus, in his testimony today, made mention of that visit. Even under military rule, the country has moved forward to eliminate these 2 phenomena, including the vestiges of slavery. In the United States, the Mauritanian Friendship Society has issued 4 reports. Last week, copies of the recent report were circulated to authors and co-authors of H.R. 142 by Mr. Berreiter, and today I have made copies available to members of the subcommittee. The last report was written by an NGO in Mauritania and circulated by the Mauritanian Friendship Society with a brief preface. Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, the Mauritanian government wishes to invite members of Congress to travel to Mauritania at any time. They have also asked anti-slavery groups to provide evidence of specific time, place, and names where they believe there is evidence of slavery in Mauritania. Today, one of the witnesses have so named these incidents, and I will take that up with the government. It is within the realm of possibility that this situation may exist, and there may not be appearances of slavery. I do not deny that. That is a possibility. But let me conclude by quoting the recent country reports of the United States Department of State, and I quote, "Some freed slaves have either stayed or returned to their former masters and continue to provide labor in exchange for room and board and other basic necessities. Others live independently but continue a symbolic relationship with their former masters, performing occasional paid or unpaid labor in exchange for food, clothing, and Medicare. There are no reliable statistics for the number of Hauritans who continue to work for the same families for which they worked before the emancipation of 1960, whether as paid or unpaid labor. Reports of cases of involuntary servitude are rare and unconfirmed."
Where do we get those statistics? Are they independently verified, or are they just spoon-fed from the government, which raises at least my suspicions, and I think many of other people as well. But how do you respond to the testimony that it's just gone underground, out of sight, out of mind? I mean, how do you independently verify? You are a paid lobbyist for the government of Mauritania. And for the record, if you could state what that salary is, it would be helpful to our deliberations as well.
$120,000.
Thank you.